Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Let's go.
Yes. The Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. We are back in the building. Good to see you, good people. Hope you had a great weekend. A lot went on in the world of sports. Before we do that song and dance, Shep, how you feeling over there?
I feel really good. How do you feel?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I feel really good.
I feel really good as well, man.
Such an unbelievable sports weekend this past weekend. It started making me think about our conversation last week. What's the best weekend? And when you got those brackets released and you see that the NBA and the NHL and the WBC and the Players Championship, I was in heaven watching all that stuff all weekend.
It was a lot, man. It was a lot of, like you said, it was a lot of good sports on, whether it was college, whether it was the pro level, whether it was USA. Team USA, who won last night, so now they'll be in the finals, and they'll play the winner of Venezuela and Italy, who played today. Shout out to those guys.
Oh, the greatest lineup. How are you going to stop the greatest lineup?
You know how? By throwing curveballs over the plate.
Throw sliders to Manny Machado is what you do.
Was it a strike?
It was a strike. I think it was a strike when it crossed the plate. I saw a side angle. You know, a lot of people forget that aspect of it. They look at just when Will Smith catches it and then tries to frame it up a little bit like every good catcher does. Let's put it this way. If it's close enough to call, it's close enough to swing at. And you probably, when you're 3-2 in that situation,
go for it. What are you doing? What are you waiting on?
You might want to be a little bit more aggressive.
I would have been a little bit more aggressive. You're waiting on the ball. You're waiting for a walk when you could have sealed your own fate if you wanted to. So.
I was thinking of you, though, when Aaron Judge got up with the runners at second and third. Bobby Witt singles to left. Bryce Harper doubles down the right field line. And then Judge is up. And I like Aaron Judge. I don't like the Yankees, but I like Aaron Judge a lot.
Same.
I've always liked Thurman Munson, Don Mattingly, Derek Jeter, certain Yankees I like, okay? I really like Aaron Judge. I think he's a class act. And when he struck out, I'm like, damn it, Braylon. That's exactly what I said. I said out loud, damn it, Braylon. Yeah. But then I wondered, anybody saying that about Juan Soto? 0 for 4. Anybody saying that about Manny Machado? Probably not. He was the captain of DR.
True.
But with Judge, and then you can't make it up at the plate, and even though it was a hell of a catch by Rodriguez in center field, should have been gone. How about what he did in the third inning with that complete hose? Hey, boy, you got a hose to third base, right?
He's doing his thing out there, man. It was a lot on. I got lucky as it relates to the USA versus the DR. Was flipping back and forth between Michigan and then the Oscars, and then USA versus DR. Every time I turn from the Oscars to Team USA, the first one, bye-bye, Judge. And the second one, bye-bye, Gunnar Henderson. So it was just like right on time. Bye-bye. And the first time we saw Judge, Bing turned it on, ball was gone, home run. Second time we flipped, I'm like, Gunnar, did you do something? The next, it was, 100%. So that was fun. But before we get into...
By the way, how about the stud who plays for Boston? He's 21 years old, right? I mean, I tweeted this out last night. He's 21. And he has 1,135 minor league at-bats.
Yeah.
Just to put it in perspective, Kevin McGonigal is 20, and he's got like 759 minor league at-bats, something along those lines. I forget exactly what I tweeted out, the exact numbers.
Hope those next 300 looks a little better.
745, But it tells you, can you be patient? It's kind of like with the Lions right now with the free agency. Can we be patient? It's hard. It's really difficult. We've been really patient with teams like the Red Wings, for example. But can you be patient with the Lions? Can you be patient with McGonigal? I think he's playing his way onto this team, but it shows you Roman Anthony really good player at just age 21. Pretty cool stuff.
Red Wings picked up a point against Dallas, but it's pretty safe to say that I think their playoff hopes, they might have gone out the window with Dylan Larkin. This might be the second time that this happened because it happened 2 seasons ago. If you remember, he got hurt, missed 20 games. And the Red Wings weren't able to make it up. I'm glad you brought up the Lions.
Still in second place in the wild card, but you're right. I mean,
second place, but it's like that division is locked and loaded. Like they're like tied with they're tied with the Bruins. They're 1 game up on Columbus, and then they're 1 game up.
1 point up on Columbus. But they got 2 more wins. They got 1 less win than the Bruins.
And they've played 67, whereas everybody else in that division played 66.
Correct.
So they got the game in hand on the Red Wings.
Yeah, and what they do have a really, really important home stretch starting tonight against Calgary.
Here we go. Well, let's have some fun. The Detroit Lions, they made some moves over the weekend. They added a couple players. We'll do a Braylon's breakdown. We'll break down those players. Tyler Conklin, excited to have him here, as well as Roger McCray. I think Roger McCray is a player. We'll talk a little more about that. But another team made a move right as we were going off the air on Friday. It was the Minnesota Vikings. And Shep, we got a little picture. We have a little content from the press conference that was the Minnesota Vikings when Kyler Murray signed. So we're trying to get him to the podium. There's, you know what I'm saying, his feet, his stature.
Who forgot his step stool?
Had to jump up there to make sure he can get the mic, if you will.
That poor dude.
Just have a little fun with Kyler Murray, man, at his expense, if you will, the height thing. But realistically, what did you think? We know this was the move that was going to come down the pipeline for the Vikings. They were going after Kyler Murray to get Kyler Murray on a 1-year deal. What say you, how you feel about the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC North?
Yeah, they had to do something.
True.
Right? I guess for a 1-year patch, it's good. I hope they don't give up on J.J. McCarthy just yet. You and I have talked about his inability to adapt as quickly as you'd like him to.
9? Is that you talking about
9? Hopefully he learns under Kyler Murray. Look, I mean, we all know how good his head coach is with quarterbacks. I think it's going to be fine. If I'm Minnesota, what I like about it is he gets out of, you have talked about this a lot, he gets out of a place that is just filled with losing.
Yeah.
And he gets to a place where, you hope that he's got a pretty good defense. They've lost a couple of defensive linemen. And he's got an elite receiver in Justin Jefferson, and he's got some help around him. So maybe he gets his career back on track a little bit. What else are you going to do? You're not going to start McCarthy again. You're just not. So you had to make a move. Mobile quarterback, obviously, who can run a little bit. In a tough place, though, it'll be interesting how he handles places like Green Bay and things in Chicago later on in the season.
Definitely be interested to see how he handles that season, because you're talking about more along the lines December, January. What does that look like for Kyler Murray? But I think it's a good move for them, and we'll see what happens. I think he's playing with a lot. You're talking about the skill group that they have in Addison and Justin Jefferson, as well as the tight end that we know all too well. Offensive line got a lot better last year, some injuries. But their defense is elite. Brian Flores is elite as it relates to that. They even added a couple players back. So interesting to see. What does the Vikings look like with Kyler Murray? What do you think about that, Kool-Aid?
What's the division look like now? I mean, how does this change the division?
Yeah.
Because Green Bay loses Malik Willis, and I know he's a backup, but it's an important role for a team that is used to seeing their starter go down a little bit. Caleb Williams wasn't great in throwing percentage a year ago, and the Lions, I still think, have the best offensive talent in the entire division. So what do you think this means to the division, guys?
I think realistically, based off of last year and where the moves have been made so far, I would still have the Chicago Bears at the top of the division, not by much. I would have the Detroit Lions second in the division, and I would have the Minnesota Vikings third underneath them with acquisition of Kyler Murray. And then I would have Green Bay fourth. And that's only because Green Bay hasn't made a lot of moves. They've gotten rid of a lot of players. Rasheed Walker's out the door. Rashawn Gary's out the door. Haven't necessarily brought a lot of people in to replace those guys. What is the running back? What's the backfield going to look like? Like, what does that look like this year? Is he going to be a healthier version of himself? Talking about Josh Jacobs. And also their best player last year on offense was Tucker Kraft. Yeah. And Tucker Kraft was injured. What does that injury look like him? And we're talking about our tight end, Sam Laporta. What does Tucker Kraft look like for Green Bay? So I just think with their moves that have gone out, nothing coming in. Romeo Dobbs left. Yeah. He's no longer there.
Sky Moore is not going to fill that void, right?
I can't honestly put them. Them and Minnesota are probably tied based on what I don't know about Kyler.
Javon Hargrave was, I thought at the time, a decent signing. He goes from Minnesota to Green Bay, but I don't know, man. It is going to shake things up. Kool-Aid, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that Braylon said what he said at the end of that. We don't know what we're going to get out of Kyler Murray just yet. But as it relates to the Minnesota Vikings and kind of these quarterbacks that have just kind of been mad beforehand, at least with the Sam Darnold case, that's one where it kind of got my interest a little bit piqued. You know, if they find some way to get serviceable Kyler Murray and he's not necessarily turning over the ball, that's where I believe that this is a sign that works for the Minnesota Vikings. And, you know, it's going to make the Lions work a little bit more than if not. You know, when they got Sam Darnold, we sat here and I remember we broke that down. I said, you know what? Said some of the same stuff, but that one was where I thought the Vikings are going to push the Lions, and they actually wound up pushing them all the way to the last game of the season.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of desperation by Minnesota. I mean, look, if this were your team, I want you to try to put yourself in Minnesota's shoes. If this were your team and you had used a high first-round pick on a quarterback, and already after year 2, you're signing a guy who has struggled mightily. And even though he's got some highlight reel throws, he's got some bad ones too, people would be freaking out right now. Okay?
Absolutely.
So try to put yourself in that position. If we're hosting the show in Minnesota, and we're not, thankfully, if we're hosting the show in Minnesota, we are torching the Minnesota Vikings for what they've done over the last few years.
We're definitely torching the Minnesota Vikings for what they've done over the last few years, but you're also looking at it from the standpoint. They won 9 games with Brosmer at quarterback last year.
Right.
Like they legitimately won in
14%.
spite of what the quarterback position was last year. You can't tell me right now that Kyler Murray isn't a much better option than J.J. McCarthy and Brosmer.
Absolutely is.
So realistically, like it is desperation, but it's a desperation that's found you a player. And maybe found you a player that can revamp and revitalize, like we talk about. Baker Mayfield, I mean, he was heading to the dumps of despair until getting with Sean McVay, until Sean McVay saying, hey, look, just be yourself. Slow it down, be yourself, relax a little bit. He does that, get some therapy sessions. He goes to see somebody, and now he's operating better over the last 2 seasons.
Maybe Kevin O'Connell does that for Kyler Murray.
And that's what he did for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold kind of unlocked it for Kevin O'Connell, my former teammate with the New York Jets. He unlocked it for Sam Darnold. Sam leaves last year and becomes an even better version of himself with the Seattle Seahawks, and they win the Super Bowl. The dance. The dance is here, man.
The dance, we're excited for.
The tournament is here.
Before we move to that, just real quick, something I didn't know that I found out over the weekend. Case Keenum still plays football.
He does.
He's a backup in Chicago.
He is.
They signed him to a 2-year contract. I did not know he was still playing football. I thought he was just doing Geico commercials.
Hey, Case Keenum.
I mean it.
Case Keenum in Minnesota has the same amount of wins as Jared Goff. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. Oh, that hurt. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's talk about the NCAA tournament. I know at least this morning watching one 4-letter network, they were just infatuated with whether the Lakers can actually win the title instead of talking about the NCAA tournament. There are some obvious answers to some of these questions, but I'm going to ask them of you guys anyway, all right? So when you look at these brackets, what's the toughest bracket? What do you think is the toughest bracket?
Duke is in it. Duke is
It's in the East, right? I mean, that's what you're thinking. That's the Duke.
Yeah.
That is
State got a
St.
that
John's
is
in there,
UConn.
Kansas is in there,
UConn.
Louisville.
So here's your top 5 seeds in the
Florida.
East. In the East, it's Duke, then it's UConn,
Yep.
then it's Michigan State, then it's Kansas, then it's St. John's.
That's tough.
That is really challenging.
That's
Okay,
tough.
that's
Look
what
at
you
the
got.
pedigree of those schools,
That's
bro.
what you got in the East. All right. So I don't think there's any question. What's the easiest of the 4 brackets?
Hey man, I'm not too upset with Michigan.
I was
You know, especially after a loss against Purdue, who shout out to the big fella Clough, man. He played a lot physical in that game. Brendan Smith, obviously, he's on everybody's radar. Those two they were, before the season started, you know, they were the number 1 team in the Big Ten, so kudos to them for figuring it out. But, yeah.
So you like Michigan. You think that the Midwest is the easiest, in case people are wondering. Michigan is the 1 seed.
Michigan,
okay.
yeah.
The 2 seed there is Iowa State, who's really good, by the way. Virginia is 3. And that's all you really. Alabama is 4. And Alabama's decent, right? And then Texas Tech, who I think is going to get upset by Akron. I think the easiest is Arizona. The 2 seed is Purdue, okay? The 3 seed for that Western bracket is Gonzaga, who I think is, don't get me wrong, I think they're good, but I don't think they're Arizona good. And then it's Arkansas.
You got
who's
Alabama in there, though.
What's that?
You have arguably the number one player in the draft in that same region. That's Alabanza for BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't sleep on them.
Well,
Purdue.
no.
Don't trip.
I think that's the easiest of the four.
Okay.
But I love the debate. Who's the most favored high seed to move forward?
As it's currently constructed right now, it's probably, I don't know if it's Michigan, but probably Arizona or Michigan.
Okay, Arizona or Michigan. Duke's got the injury. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I think Florida's got a pretty relatively easy path to the Elite Eight. I actually think Houston's coming out of that side of the bracket. Okay, over Florida. So
That's what we should have did. Just what's your Final Four?
Yeah, I mean look. I think there are. I understand why some people are against certain teams. But I think UConn in the East, for me anyway, Arizona in the West, I've got Houston in the South, and I think it's going to be really hard to beat Michigan. Michigan against Iowa State is going to be an awesome game. If Iowa State's hitting their jumpers and they're a good outside shooting team, Michigan could be in trouble.
Yeah, especially if they shoot that 27% that they shot in the tournament this past weekend. Like, that's not good enough.
No, it ain't
happening.
happening.
Down by the 3.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
So I actually have Arizona beating UConn in the championship.
Yeah, mine's is boring. It is what it is. I got Duke, Houston, Michigan, and Arizona.
Okay.
And then I have Michigan playing Duke in a rematch.
And you got Michigan winning, I
Yeah, of
assume.
course.
Okay, all right.
Of course.
I don't know if you saw Seth Greenberg's from ESPN.
I did get a chance to see that.
What'd you think of that?
The interstate rivalry.
Yeah.
That was a big thing last year. I think last year was a big question. Did you want to play? And we asked, would you want to advance to lose to Michigan in the national championship? All the Michigan State people said no. I thought that was crazy. But, yeah, well, we started talking about it last year. Last year it was a very real possibility. This year, a lot more has to happen.
I would love it.
I would.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, people outside
you.
Detroit. I'm sure people outside Detroit don't care
Third
that
time.
much,
Yeah.
But for us, I mean, that would be the ultimate.
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's what you said. They're saying that now, and of course they want to see Duke or Arizona, one of those teams, more of a national appeal. But if we got there, and when we got to that table, and that table was set with Michigan and Michigan State, I don't think the people that are complaining will be complaining at that point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Last one for you. Who's the potential low seed upset? Now, what do you consider low seed? I asked that to somebody this morning, and they said somebody outside the top 25.
So 10,
Okay.
and 10 and back.
So probably, yeah, but more like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. What would you consider? Who's the one team that you could see going somewhere that might be, let's say, 7 or lower?
I like South Florida. South Florida's playing against, I want to say, Louisville, and then they play Michigan State. Like, don't sleep, State. Like, don't sleep. South Florida can ball, and I know you have a squad that you looked at, but
Well, I think Akron can actually make the Sweet 16. I think Akron's a good team.
Okay.
They can shoot. But I'm sure a lot of people don't respect the MAC all that much, so I kind of get that. I also think Hawaii is a dangerous team to start
they can shoot.
because they're big and they're strong, but Arkansas is really good. So it's going to be a hell of a challenge for them, but I don't sleep on Hawaii. Kool-Aid, you got an upset somewhere in your bracket early on, and then we'll go to Sweet Potato Cam.
Oh, man, an upset early on. I'm sitting here looking at this thing now.
Well, this is your first time glancing?
No. It's not my first time glancing. I haven't done my bracket yet.
Well, you have
still
until
looking on.
Thursday.
Yeah.
How many people do you think? How many people immediately do a bracket without doing any research? They just start filling in names. Do you think the majority
Half.
of people do that? Half.
Half.
So okay.
Half for sure.
All right.
Yeah, half for sure.
All right. I think most people have their mind made up who's going to be in the Final Four, and they work backwards.
I like that. Well, you guys figured out. Can't put it.
Because some of the teams I would traditionally pick, they're running into some buzzsaws. Like Michigan State and Villanova. I know Michigan State is not necessarily a low seed team, but like a Villanova of sorts. They're not going to get past Arizona at all. And so, your Utahs. And there's a couple other programs.
Well,
that I
Michigan
like,
State
but
eventually.
their brackets are just.
I think Michigan
not it.
State eventually is going to. They're going to beat North Dakota State. I think they're going to beat South Florida. Then they're going to play, a team like, maybe a Kansas.
I think they get to that second weekend for sure.
Yeah. Sweet Potato Cam, you got an upset?
Big upset's going to be McNeese over Vandy.
Ooh.
Commodores going
Joe
down.
Hey, listen, one of 10 SEC schools.
Is that Joe Dumars?
Joe Dumars.
It is Joe Dumars.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What?
No.
No. I was going to say 5 players to watch. Watch a little bit of the game. Watch a little bit of the tournament this past weekend. Got 5 players for you to watch. Throw them up there if you will. Sweet Potato Cam. One is a player right here out of Detroit. And this is what we talk about. This is what we talk about.
Tech.
Letting players get out of the state. You let Darius Acuff get out of the state, and he's going to be a problem. He's down there with John Calipari. 31-11 is what he had in the game against Vanderbilt. And he came up every game and found ways
How
to
did
make
that
plays.
happen? How did it happen where he got out of here? Nobody knows the answer to that except for him and his family. But that
I have no idea.
I would
Rashad
guess money.
was preaching that man. He was talking about him for years. I have no idea how he got out.
I feel like it slipped through Michigan's crack because Dusty May just coming in last year trying to figure it out. He got Trey McKinney, maybe put too much focus on. Let me not say put too much focus. Maybe all his focus was on Trey McKinney and the transfer portal that had worked for him well the year before, and maybe this one just slipped through the crack for them. As it relates to Michigan State, maybe the money wasn't right. And maybe a situation where Arkansas was like, hey, look, this is what we can do for you. You know who's down there. You know John Calipari knows his way around.
They raised the money.
Some bags of cash.
They've got the third most money based on the NCAA
in
tournament.
Arkansas, by the way.
Yeah, in Arkansas. You ever been to Lafayette, Fayetteville?
I know they don't have $9.5 million to be spent on players.
Okay, well, listen. Kentucky's number one. If you looked at payrolls, Kentucky's number one, $20 million, then Duke 12, then Arkansas at 11.5.
Give me another player, if you will.
Okay, go ahead.
Throw another one up there. AJ DeBonza out of BYU. Now, his sidekick is not going to be playing there talking about injuries. He's down, so this isn't going to go over well for BYU. But AJ DeBonza, he's one of those guys, man, stretch, can get to the basket, create his own shot, looks effortless when he plays the game. Going to be interesting to see what he looks like in BYU Dolo.
I like that. All right, that's number 2.
Number 2.
Number 3.
Give me another player out here. Keaton Wagler. Yes, sir. Illinois. See, this is the one caught you off guard. He's the only other player in the Big Ten averaging 20 points per game, and also deadly from the 3-ball. Had a good tournament as well. Watch out for him.
Okay.
Looking out for Keaton Wagler as well. And then Cam Boozer for sure.
Yeah.
I put him on there. I had to. Cam Boozer.
He's a really good player.
He's just not athletic. Not that that matters.
You don't think he's athletic?
Nah, like he had a dunk. He barely dunked. Like no, I don't think he's kind of reminiscent of his father a little bit. Like Boozer could dunk, but he's not like the biggest athlete.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's confusing him with Michael Jordan. You're right about that. Yeah.
Or Cade Cunningham for that matter. And then obviously Darren Peterson.
You like this guy.
Well,
I don't see it.
It's not about liking the guy. I understand what the NBA is. I'm able to look through all the BS that he does because this is what's allowed. Is he going to be the Darren Peterson that subs himself out and goes for 30? Or is he going to be the Darren Peterson that we saw play within the game, within the system, and be a better version of himself? So, yeah.
All right, those are the 5 guys to watch in the NCAA tournament as you move forward. When we come back, don't forget, we got Braylon's breakdown at 2:45, so looking forward to that for sure. Braylon's bums and Braylon's ballers. We've got that on the other side as well. We've got a lot to get to here on the Braylon Edwards Show on a busy Monday after this from Ben Johnson and Art and Jakes.
TheENFights.com. That's where you want to go, and that's where you want to contact Ben Johnson Law. He is a fighter. Let him fight for you. Whenever you have things that come up as it relates to the legal system, whether it's a settlement or a verdict, it doesn't matter. They want all the smoke. He and his legal team can get you to where you want to be. All you got to do is reach out. All you have to do is reach out. Yes, Shep, it is smoking. And it's smoking when Ben Johnson represents you. Let the fighter get you today.
Hey, March Madness is here. This is breaking news, by the way. I mean, this Thursday, March Madness begins. Where else are you going to watch it? Tommy, you're not watching it at home. Stop it, okay? If you're working, you might watch it at your computer. Here's what you need to do. Slip the boss a note. I'm not feeling great. I got to roll. Okay, I get it. Your boss may not even have any clue about March Madness. And then slide on over to the nearest Art and Jakes. There's 6 locations. Meet your buddies there. They've got 80 huge screen TVs. They've got 22 different beers on tap. They've got a great menu, and we will be there live all day. at the Art and Jake's in Washington Township. We're going to bring you every bracket-busting moment, wall-to-wall screens. Grab your crew. Meet us there. Art and Jake's, Washington Township, this Thursday. Let the madness begin at Art and Jake's and with Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
A win is a win is a win, and when you come down to Planet Fitness, you will always win. Over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, it's the gym for you. We're all strong on this planet, and that planet is Planet Fitness. The gyms are so clean, they're squeaky clean. There's trainers on staff, and there's no judgment. You know how we like no judgment. It is the judgment-free zone, so you can do what you want. March to the beat of your own drum. As long as you're respectful, and Planet Fitness will get you right.
Wipe down your
starting
machine.
your journey, continuing your journey, it doesn't matter. Just do it at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea does matter. It does matter because it's made with real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles. It's clean, it's crisp, it's actually really enjoyable to sit back and drink. I had some on Saturday night. We celebrated my wife's birthday, and it was like, you know what? Let me try something that's going to be a little perky, if you will. And that's exactly what you get with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. I mean, it is clean, man, and it is refreshing. It's pretty soon it's going to be really warm outside, all right? And you're going to want, after you cut the grass, after you chop down some trees, after you plant some flowers, it's okay, you can do that. You're going to want something refreshing. It's Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
Please drink responsibly.
Hey, by the way,
speaking of drinking responsibly, no, go ahead, Shep.
I was going to say, if you're going to fill out your bracket, it might not be a bad idea to hedge your bets with teams that are in the Ken Palm top 5 offense deficiency or efficiency and defense efficiency. There are 8 teams that combine both. You ready? Arizona, Duke, Florida, Michigan, Iowa State, Louisville, Houston, and MSU. Those are your 8 teams that are in the top 5 defense and offense efficiency, according to Ken Palm.
I'm glad you started with Michigan State. Now I can get back to what I said, what was funny. This past weekend, got a chance to go to the Pistons game. Kool-Aid kept the streak alive because you see what the Pistons were able to do on Friday. They get the win. Also, as I'm walking up
against
the stairs,
Memphis, right?
Yeah, true. Just for the numbers.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, when Ty Jerome's your leading scorer, you're probably gonna get a dub. But no, it wasn't this one. Don't put that one up. They lost that one. So anyway, walking up the stairs.
Why didn't you go to Toronto? You should have gone to Toronto.
Look, man, I'm not going to see 2 teams that I despise. The Raptors, and not despise, but yeah, I'm not interested in.
The Raptors.
I wasn't interested in the Grizzlies, but it was Jimmy's birthday. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Valou. Got a chance to have a good time. As we were walking up the stairs, Cade hit the shot, the whole 9 yards, so it was great. Moving ahead, after we left the game, hung out for a minute at one bar, we went to the next bar, or next establishment, if you will. When we walked in, I saw a sea of green and a sea of white. And I said, oh my God, I forgot Michigan State was playing tonight. So all these kids at the bar, they're going crazy. Michigan State's losing to UCLA, so you know me. I'm just poking the knife. I'm jagging. I'm like, y'all gonna lose? Everybody I talk to, you guys gonna lose? We're gonna win. We're gonna pull it out. The place went dead silent when the game was over.
Oh, I bet they left.
Like, it was perfect time. I left too. I had to make sure I got them on the way out. I said, you guys good? You gonna be all right? Didn't look too good tonight. UCLA's not necessarily that good of a team, but I like to mess with them. But
they got to they didn't defend anybody.
They didn't do anything.
That was a very disappointing performance.
We're better than them. We're going to figure this out and go to the next round. Oh wait, this is a dogfight. It's too late.
Yeah, give UCLA some credit, man. I mean, and they of course made the tournament too. I don't know how far people have them going, but they've been playing pretty good basketball as of late.
I wanted them to be produced, so Amon-Ra got a chance to play his old squad.
Yeah, that would have been probably kind of cool.
A little fun.
Yeah, even though it happened earlier this year.
But it wasn't for a title, though.
So it could have been. You could have used I suppose the Pistons' effort against Toronto could have been one of your bums if you wanted to. Bums or ballers. We do this every Monday. We also got Movie Line Monday coming up too, but we got Braylon's breakdown first and foremost. That's coming up in about 14 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So give me your Braves baller and your bum for the weekend.
I'm being lazy today, so I'll go with Yaxel Lindeborg. I think it was a hell of a shot. Got a chance to watch that with my stepdad. We sat there and we're watching this game go down to the wire. Kudos to Wisconsin, the big fella from Australia. Man, he was raining threes from the outside. That's what Michigan struggled at, just defending the deep three.
3 in the same spot in a row. 3 in a row.
Yeah, it was bad. And then, too, when he got the one in the corner on the right side, legitimately, he got open on that one, too. It wasn't much that he did to get open. But I go back to Yaxel Lindeborg. He already won Big Ten Player of the Year. That's an accomplishment. And then what does he do? Big players make big-time plays in big-time games and games on the line. It's a tie game as opposed to going to overtime. What does he do? Drains his shot with 0.3 on the clock. So I thought that was a hell of a shot. I think that was fun. So Yaxel Lindeborg for that play, for that game, player of the game. He only had 12 points. It's not like he went out there and tore it up. But you hit a shot, which is not necessarily a buzzer beater, but it was a game winner with a couple.
Should Michigan have received a technical foul with all the players jumping off the bench onto the floor?
They could have if you wanted to be petty.
Yeah.
They could have.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
And the game's not over. So if the game's over, it's maybe a little different thing. You had 0.3 seconds, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So there was a legitimate gripe there if they wanted to be. Who's your bum for the
Ludwig Oberg. And I know it looks like Aberg, ABERG, but it's Oberg.
And you like him.
I do. I like his golf game. Like, he's a tall guy like myself, so like watching his golf swing, watching the flight of the ball, like something that I want to emulate, if you will. He led after Thursday, he led after Friday, he led after Saturday, and oh, by the way, he fell apart on hole 10 on Sunday. If you're going to start, you're going to go the distance, you might as well finish by going the distance. And this isn't necessarily saying he's a bum because he started for a 3-round lead, led on for day 4 as well. It's how he fell apart. Like, Shep, the man was +6 on the day. You start off like that, you go +6. Unfortunately, I love your game, But on Sunday, it was a little bit bummish.
Yeah, he shot a 63 in the second round.
Yep.
Okay, and then round 3, he's at 71. He shot a 4-over yesterday. I thought one of the more refreshing things really from Cam Young was when his kids run out on the and then he thanked his wife. I thought that was really cool. But I like Oberg's game too because Oberg is one of those guys. He doesn't. There's no Brian Harmon in him. He doesn't take forever to play.
Nah.
Matter of fact, some people think he plays almost too quick. Those are good ones. Those are really good ones.
Comes back to bite him in the butt.
Yeah, my Braylon's baller is Team USA and their 2-1 win over the Dominican Republic yesterday. More specifically, Mason Miller, who since September of a year ago, he has faced 50 batters. I think it's September 8th or 9th. He's faced 50 batters. They are 0 for 50 against him with 39 strikeouts. That is, I mean, his second pitch in his inning last night was clocked at 102. 102, 101, 102. I mean, just firing fire and saying, you know what? If you can hit this, do your best if you want. But what a cool Roman Anthony is there, hits the game-winning homer. Gunnar Henderson had a solo homer. You could see the emotion on everybody's face and how fired up they are about it, whether it's Bryce Harper or whether it's Pete Crow Armstrong. And working with Kirk Gibson, he oftentimes used to tell me this. When there's a big moment or a physical moment, somebody's fighting or something like that, he doesn't look to see what's going on with the person who's involved in the scrum or the person who just hit it. He wants to see who comes out to support their teammate in a positive or a negative way. The first guy out was Pete Crow Armstrong and then Bobby Witt Jr.
When I first turned the game on, man, I almost made a mistake and cheered for the wrong team. Like, I was cheering for DR. I was like, man, let's go, brother. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Go, U.S.
I'm telling you, there seem to be more DR fans in the stands than U.S.
Oh, 100%.
Down there in Miami.
I mean, you know, that's I lived in Miami for years. Like, that's the area.
Yeah, I get you.
100%. Central America, South America, Latin America, that's Miami.
It's all
USA,
over.
you ain't got nothing coming. More like the Marlins down here, no way.
So
get out of here, Derek Jeter.
Team USA is Derek Jeter was the only one on the Fox desk actually to pick the Americans. Supposedly the greatest lineup of all time, and yet Paul Skeens and 5 relievers stranded 8 and struck out 8. So good for them.
That's because you live and die by what you were doing. I love the celebrations. I love the energy. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes
do you think that takes? I was wondering about that. Like Luis Severino had a huge strikeout early on, and he was just so pumped. I was wondering if that affects you at all with your energy moving forward.
Do you know how much adrenaline these guys are using or burning through with the celebrations and the hypeness and each play and each moment? Like what happens is
you just woke up Kool-Aid.
I'm telling you, I've done it in games where you have a big play and you come back to the sideline and you're cheering with everybody on the sideline. The linebackers are giving you, hey, let's go, B. Listen, what you talking about? And then they mess around, get an interception, and now you got the ball back. I'm still drained of my energy from what I just did. So this isn't disrespectful to Venezuela. I mean, to DR. I love the energy. I love what they were doing.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side, sometimes you get you breathing heavy and you're on your strike. So sometimes it can take away from the energy. You're exerting too much energy. Like USA was cheering when they were supposed to, and they had a little bit of energy down there.
I was super happy.
Yeah.
So they're going to play in the championship. It's either Venezuela or Italy. They take
lackluster.
They go on. They take place tonight. That takes place tonight.
Please be Venezuela, because if it's Italy and you lose again to Italy, Italy is basically the team of players that did not get chosen for the USA team.
Yeah.
And now
because Vinny Pasquantino and Michael Lorenzen and guys like that.
Because one of their parents is Italian, they're like, I still want to play.
One of their parents, one of their great grandparents.
Exactly. So if you mess around and lose to this, if Italy wins and USA mess around and loses, it's going to be bad.
Although, you got to admit, when Austin Wells first stepped in, you're like, what? Dominican Republic? Austin Wells? Come on. What's going on here?
Like Wells and Dominican don't go in the same sentence. Where'd y'all get him from?
Exactly right.
Where'd y'all recruit
By the way, I saw Tarek Skubal in the dugout. I know you did too. He was talking with Paul Skeens. He was talking with Brian McCann, the former catcher, who's on that coaching staff. There is a part. Look, this is nothing against Tarek Skubal, who I like a lot and I respect immensely because of how great he is. It's frustrating to me. It's really frustrating. there's a couple of different quotes that I noticed the other day, and one was from Sandy Alcantara from Miami.
Pitcher.
Yeah, and he basically said, "Look, this is what it's all about. I'm here. I'll do whatever my team needs. If you need me to come in relief, I'll be there for you. If you need me to start, I'll be there for you." That's what mattered most to him, okay? And when you look at Tarek Skubal, I mean, the comment from Tarek Skubal is a little different, okay? And it's okay. To be exact, Sandy Alcantara, I'll be available to start or relieve. You name it, we're here to represent the Dominican Republic. I'm here. Tarek Skubal, if I stayed with the national team, I would miss the season opener. I felt I was pushing myself too hard. So I think that's rubbed some people the wrong way. And think about it. He would have started yesterday, I believe.
Or tomorrow in the championship.
And then Skeens would have started the championship. Because
he got a chance to play DR then.
Right.
So right. It goes back to what we said in the beginning. Like, look, be all in or all out. Like, from the start, be all in or all out. You knew that all these things were going to happen before you started. You knew that if you went this far, you may miss opening day, et cetera, et cetera. Then you shouldn't have pitched. Like, I'm not going to say it like that. This isn't the Olympics. This is World Baseball Classic. I enjoy it. I have watched it. I'm dialed into it. I watched it 2 years ago when Japan won. So I enjoy it. But I'm not that dialed into it where I'm like, he's got to play. Why aren't you playing? This is USA. If you don't want to play, don't play. Don't be half in and half out, though. Because as opposed to seeing you in the dugout last night, I'm looking at you enjoying USA as they're winning. You could have been with the Tigers. Because didn't nobody have a grand slam yesterday? That could have been a good moment there.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Scuba for this. This is just from other people's perspective, like just all in, all out. Make it easier.
Here's my bum for the week, and it's really two, so I'm cheating here. I hope you'll be. It's Joel Embiid and LeBron James. So Joel Embiid he missed the game last night. All right. Joel Embiid has now played 485 games in his NBA career. He has also missed 485 games in his NBA career.
That's always
okay.
The one, right?
That to me is
you got to trust the process. Though.
I guess. I mean, most games he's ever played is 68 in a season. So he's been in the league 10 years. He's played 485.
He only played 68 that year just so he could win MVP.
Win MVP, yeah, and he did. Right. The other is just LeBron for this sake. The narcissistic behavior to wear a patch that reads the all-time field goal leader is, to me, just missing the mark. Right? There's no patch on his jersey for the most field goals missed.
Because he has that record, too.
He also has the record for most turnovers.
Yeah, that one, too.
So here's my question. You know, when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became the all-time leading scorer, do you think they put a patch on him?
Wow.
When Gretzky passed Gordie Howe, did they put a patch on him? Martin Brodeur with the most wins, did they put a patch on him? Did Barry Bonds get a patch on his jersey when he set the home run record?
He got a new head.
He did. He needed a new helmet. When Nolan Ryan set the strikeout lead, I mean, come on, who does this? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's so narcissistic. It's just it drives me crazy. But those are my two Braylon bumps.
What it is and what it feels like is the same thing. It's ending. Like he knows it.
Envy?
No, it's ending.
Oh, ending.
His amazing road of accomplishments and extra stuff and all that he's done and the records and the stats and the changing of the game from whatever standpoint. Like all that's coming to a close as it relates to the player side of it.
And it's a new role, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked about this.
He's a third player.
When Doncic and Reeves are together on the floor without LeBron, their numbers are big. And they led the way the other night to a really important LA win when Doncic had
51.
No, that was the game before. Doncic hit the game winner, and Reeves had 34 or 35 is what it was.
Shep, so you mean to tell me Cade shouldn't get a pass that says I was voted #1 by the players?
I guess not. But see, he wouldn't even do that anyway. That wouldn't even cross his mind. Okay, even if he has similar numbers moving forward every single season he's in the league, he would never do that.
He just wants to beat those guys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, for all the things that LeBron can do as it relates to a patch and what he can have, like that's what he chose to feel good. I'd rather.
Isn't this the second?
I'd rather do the points.
Well, he did have that.
No, but
This is the second patch he's had this year.
I would have just kept. I can understand the points. It's basketball scoring, but I get it. Field goals made, but
did he put them
who
6
tracks field goals made?
He should get one. He should get a nice patch that says 4 and 6 in the finals.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was not bad. I mean, he got 4 wins.
That isn't bad.
He's got 6 L's too.
I mean, so Kool-Aid is a nicer person than I'll ever be, but he's like, I can understand if he had points. Kareem didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Karl Malone, I'm number 2. I mean, I don't get this whole belief.
Karl Malone said it enough, though.
He did.
He said it.
There was plenty of self-promotion.
It's all right, Carl. We get it. Damn.
All right. Speaking of getting it, I can't wait to get after it with Braylon's breakdown. We've got it. How important are 2 key guys who were just signed by the Lions? What are they bringing to the proverbial table? Remember, Braylon did this with Cade Mays, okay, and he did it with Isaiah Pacheco. Now, 2 other guys, he's going to show you what he likes about this signing, maybe to calm your nerves. Braylon's breakdown is next here on the Braylon Edwards Show.
I don't know about calming the nerves, Shep.
Probably not.
I don't know about calming the nerves.
You're going to try. You're going to do your very best, just like a state title gives their very best to anybody who comes to work with them.
Hey,
that was a hell of a setup right there, man. Look, check this out. Whether you are buying a home or refinancing, the team at a state's title agency makes closing the process simple and convenient. Beside, they do it best because it is about simplicity. It's also about convenience, and they make sure that you have both. Proudly served Michigan since 2003. The staff is over 20 years of experience. I don't know about you. Experience is where you win at. Combine that with the B's expertise, they can guide any title or escrow transaction to a smooth landing. It's all about smooth landing. Notice the words that they use in this: smooth, simple, convenient. These are comfortability words. These are words that would make me want to trust somebody. And that's someone you should trust is Mr. Deeds himself, Nabi Sahab.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the word trust because I think it's really important. It's really
two-way
important
street.
in sports. It's important in family. It's important in friends, but it's also vital in mental health. If you're going to get some help, you need someone you can trust. Pure Psychiatry is that institution that can help you. All right, 16 locations in the state of Michigan, 2 in the state of Ohio. They know that it can be scary out there. They're there for you, so you're never alone. Your mental health journey is really important to them. Okay, if you're thinking about taking that first step, and it's an important first step, but if you're going to take that first step, you want to make sure you're doing it with somebody you can trust, who has experience and is in doing it for you. They are not just putting together the same old program for every person who comes through their doors. It's an individual program. PurePsychMI.com. That's the website. Call them today for your help.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to Michigan Sports and Spine.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Cool.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Check out the Caesar Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. You can place any bet, $1,000. If you lose, you get that bet back. All you gotta do is scan the QR code, enter the code Woodward1000. If your first bet does not hit, you get that deposit back up to $1,000. That's right, $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet, $20. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today. The official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen.
Goes better with March Madness than a good cold beer. And is there anything tastier than a Sam Adams cherry wheat? I don't think so. Woodward Sports first round watch party for March Madness kicks off Thursday at Art and Jake's. And guess who's riding shotgun? You got it, man. Sam Adams cherry wheat. $5 shorts for you, me, and everybody else in the whole place. Light, refreshing, brewed with real Michigan cherries. It is awesome as part of March Madness. Sam Adams cherry wheat, but please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Hey, two things real quick before we get to Braylon's breakdown. One, we're all in a big Woodward Sports family group chat. And during the season, I would see one particular person complain about the number of free throws that Michigan was shooting. I didn't see anybody say that on Sunday against Purdue when they only took 5. I wonder why that is. Where was that consistency? Oh, that's right. It was nowhere to be found. The other thing is, Juan Soto is the equivalent to Nathan McKinnon, is he not? Nathan McKinnon, remember when they lost to Team USA 2-1 for the gold medal? You be the judge of who the better team was today. Juan Soto, we showed the world who's the best team in baseball. Both of you need Kleenexes, a blanket, and a thumb to suck on. Let's do Braylon Edwards. Not mine.
Yeah.
Braylon's breakdown.
Man, you know what happens, man. The generation, man, they're whiners and complainers. That's typically what you tend to get every once in a while. But moves happened over the weekend. 2 moves. If you did not see, the Detroit Lions, they acquired Roger McCray, defensive back for the Tennessee Titans, now Detroit Lions, as well as Tyler Conklin, tight end who you should know because where's he from, Shep?
He's a chip. Ooh, ah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fire up chips. So here's a little film on them. 100%. Now, these are moves that are going to move the needle for you. If you want the Lions to, in 1 week, in 1 day, turn the tide on what they were in 8-19 and didn't make the playoff, these aren't going to be the moves for you. This isn't going to excite you. But what I like about the moves is they bring in 2 players that can play. You're looking for some ball players. A lot of times when you bring guys in, you look at them like, you saw Bourne, your thoughts on Bourne, first thought, you're like,
who?
I've seen him on film.
Yeah.
I've seen him on film. I don't necessarily like the film I saw. I don't think he's a player. And you would be right. That would be my assessment as well. We'll wait and see what happens down the line. But when I looked at Roger McCray's film, and I know Tyler Conklin, I saw film and I saw ball players. Here we go. Up front, looks like Roger McCray. There's your boy Matt Stafford and Tennessee Titans. Let's just look at the athleticism, the athletic playmaking ability, the physicality, and the multiple ways that the Titans use him. That's what I like about him. Here's play one. Let's see what we got. Matt Stafford. What are you looking for, Matt? Matt's dropping back. He's taking his sweet time. He's taking his time. He's taking his time. Thinks he sees something. It looks like a bad throw. What is this? Little flip. Not much right there. Just athletic play. Just a guy looking at Matt Stafford the whole time. He saw the play. He watched Stafford's eyes. He trailed back. You can't see it from this angle. And he makes the play. And he got up to get this ball. He got up. He got some height. He got some elevation. He got some vertical, if you will. Boop. Just a little touch.
Just enough.
Just enough. Monty Adams can't make the catch because it would have been first down. They would have had the ball down the field. Just enough. Just a little bit. Once again, it's not going to be a play of Wildwood. I didn't show you the play of Sauce Gardner. That wasn't of Rod Woodson in his prime. You know, that's one of Shep's guys. Here's another play.
Here goes the next one.
Here we go. Next place against the Atlanta Falcons, a team that you do see this year. We'll talk about some of that too, Shep. That last place schedule, if you will. Now look at him. He's coming up. This is what I like. It's physical. Rewind it back, if you will. Taylor Algiers is a big running back. He is a solid running back. Here you go. He comes up and see Roger McCray is up there. He's at the top on the 50. Hit play. It's just a quick screen to the running back. But just look at how he comes up, fits him, sees it, and makes the tackle. All right, hit play. Boom. Little fake toss.
So what's he doing? Is he reading C.J. Stroud there?
No, it's a slow. McQuarrie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's taking his time. He doesn't want to get there too fast.
Right.
Yeah, and let's. Hey, Bray, I was gonna say if you could check the lapel mic, the lavalier.
CJ, he knows the play is coming. He's just allowing CJ to think. He's waiting. Gets in space. Bam.
Why don't we get the handheld mic out here since that lob is giving us some issues again. So yeah, this is giving issues again. So here comes Sweet Potato Cam.
Oh, it wasn't on.
Oh, there we go. Now it's on. Okay.
It wasn't on. That's on me.
All right. So just so people
I had it in my back pocket. Here we go.
The very first against the Rams. What may not have been a spectacular play is what Bray was saying, but it's
athleticism.
Yeah, you're not confusing him with Deion Sanders or Charles Woodson or Rod Woodson, but what you are getting is a guy who understands the game and makes plays when he needs to. Go ahead.
One of them say is athleticism. Athleticism is the athletic ability as well as the physicality. Like when you see this play right here, he came up, he saw the play, he saw the running back, he saw what he wanted to do, he broke down, made a nice tackle, held on, and this is a loss. These are the type of plays that you want from your defensive back. He'll probably be challenging him and Rocky Singh for the third D-back, if you will, but like it. Slow development play, they fake the toss, and then you get a slow pick from the tight end. Tight end comes out there, and now it just turns into a screen, and he was able to slip underneath. Bad job by this tight end. I wouldn't want him blocking for me.
Exactly.
The next play. Like, what are you doing?
Just move on. Yeah.
Like, just because a play is slow developing doesn't mean you have to go with no momentum, no assertion. Just la-di-da, blow my guy up. Another play right here, playing against the Denver Broncos, who were a game away from the Super Bowl. 2nd and 18, Bo Nix, he's rolling out. I don't know what he's looking at. But Roger McCray, he does. Let me get that. You see that? Took the ball from the receiver. That's Cortland Sutton, ladies and gentlemen. Pro Bowl Cortland Sutton, 6'4", 225 pounds. He's not a small guy. Bo Nix, he gets out of the pocket, thinks he has Cortland Sutton, and Roger McCray tells him he got another thing coming. Makes the play once again. He goes up. He's physical. He's strong at the point of attack, and he holds on to the ball. These are the type of things you want. You want playmakers. All right.
Looks like he's got pretty good hands for a corner, and usually corners are former wide receivers who couldn't catch.
100%. He looks like a hooper.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. He looks like if you went to a basketball court, if you went to, well, Planet Fitness doesn't have a basketball court, but if you went to a place with a basketball court, he would be nice. He would be somebody you pick on your squad. He can get up there, be explosive, probably can handle the rock a little bit.
You like that he catches with his hands, too.
I like that he took the ball from Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Like, not only did he catch it, he took the ball from Cortland and ends up with it. Next play, if you will. These are the type of plays you want. Firm tackling, short-handed tackling, as well as he has hands and as well as he knows how to make a play. You want to get some DBs that can make some plays. You want more turnovers. Looks like this guy's a guy that can make that happen for you. Here we go. Now, you talk about the versatility. We've seen him catch interceptions, knock balls down, be in different spots, see him form tackle. Also, Here you go. He is a guy that can blitz the quarterback. Not too hard to blitz when the quarterback's that stands still-ish, if you will. But the fact that they want to use him in his role, this is something that we're going to have to get more of this coming season. They started to do a little bit of that last season, blitzing, if you will. You saw some more safety blitzes. You saw some more corner blitzes. Well, if this is what Kelvin Shepherd is going to do, then this fits right into the wheelhouse of somebody like Roger McCreary, a 6-foot defensive back, 195 defensive back, a little bigger, if you will. I like this. Fake the point of attack, come around. Just look at the size. Like, you like the size, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
said last week, let's stop with the 5'9" corners.
Yeah, this
guy's 6 feet. He can run. He's not going to sack a lot. I mean, he had 1 sack last year. So what? The dude knows how to play the game. That's what I like about him.
Yep, 4 sacks career. So, yeah, these are just some plays. You see him in different spots. You see him make some plays. See the athleticism as well as the physicality and the form tackling. I love the fact that he wraps up when he tackles. And then this, I think, is the last one, and we'll get to Tyler Conklin.
By the way, he's only 26, too.
26, young guy. We saw this play already, right?
Nope, we haven't.
We have not.
This is the first.
All right. Shoot, speaking of, Justin Herbert
throwing off
drops
the
back. Yeah, makes sense. And see, just enough.
Yep.
Big tight end. So the mismatch, obviously, the mismatch goes to the tight end in terms of height, in terms of physical, in terms of stature, but it's not about that. It's about technique. And Roger McCreary has great technique on this play, waits for the tight end to catch it, then he gets the arm right there. He pulls the left arm so that the tight end can't close the catch. Pulls his arm away, tight end can't close the catch. What you've seen on this, you've seen him play the deep ball on the tight end. You've seen him play in the slot and help out. You've seen him come form tackle from a DB position, but play the ball the right way, and then you've seen him blitz off the edge. So you've seen him being used in multiple ways. And Brad talks about versatility. Sometimes I tend to agree with Brad Holmes. I love the fact that you got a DB that can be that versatile at that move.
And he's right there with him. That's what I like about it. He's in really good position right there. And without getting penalized.
That part. He's smart. Like all the plays we've seen, he's waited. He waited to tackle before it got there. He waited to knock the ball down. He waited to take the interception from Cortland Sutton. He's waiting because he's patient, but also to wait like that means you trust your athleticism. I keep going back to that. Shout out to Roger McCreary. All right, we did get a tight end as well. We got a tight end, Tyler Conklin. Shout out to him.
Not going to be a starting tight end,
no,
but
he's
gives
not.
you depth.
Tyler Conklin's never gone over 700 yards as a receiving tight end. He's never had more than 5 touchdowns in the season. That's not what he is. But what he is a change of plays. He's physical at the point of attack. He can run routes. He becomes like a mismatch, if you will, for linebackers. Some of the safeties that can't cover. Some linebackers that can't cover. We just kick one out of here. So we know how that goes. All right, here we go. Tyler Conklin, show me. Also, too, whenever he makes catches and makes plays, he gets excited. And I think that energy is good. Boom, makes a big play right here. Gets the first down. He's looking to score. I realize I can't score. Bow. Put my head down. Lower my shoulder at the point of attack. Once he realized he wasn't getting to the crib, he looked to the right, looked to the left, realized he wasn't that fast, or faster, I should say, than DBs and safeties with an angle. So what do? I don't want to fumble. Come get some of this punishment. All right, it's all good. Let's get the next play, if you will. Same game or... Yeah, the same game. I love what he does, too. He's a mismatch in the slot as well as in the seams. He likes to work the seams, and that's what Jared Goff. Here we go right here. Another seam catch. That's on the tight end. He runs from the seam. Jared Goff likes to work the seam. He did a lot of that with Sam Laporta 2 seasons ago. To have a guy that's slightly a little bit faster, understands that seam, also is a big body. Not as tall as Sam Laporta, maybe a little faster. You'll see it on the next couple plays, him working that seam. He has really good hands, too. Hands catcher, great hands. He's not dropping anything. And after last season, we want people that can catch the ball on a consistency.
I think he came out of the backfield on that
He
last
did.
play.
He moved around on the backfield.
Yeah.
This is with the New York Jets. I think this is A-Rod or Justin Fields? No, it's Aaron Rodgers. All right, hit play on this one. I think this is another one of the seam plays I'm talking about. Little stick move. Oh, that was a nice route. He shook the safety on it. Can't see it from the back. He shook the linebacker. Hit the linebacker.
That's a nice catch, too.
It was a good route. All of it. Watch how he shakes the linebacker. Give him a little ooh. Linebacker goes for it. He comes around into the seam. Rodgers throws a nice throw. Hell of a catch.
Good catch. Knowing the safeties are there.
Put 2 hands on it and fight for more yards. And he gave him a nice route, Shep. He gave him a fake to the out, deep, linebacker bit on it, and he turned up and went up, look quick out and up. And a heck of a catch. So, playmaker. You want a guy that can make some plays in here, hit the next play, if you will. Once again, these aren't guys that are coming here and instantly they're going to be, our offense is going from here to here. It's not like that. The offense is going to go from here to about here. The defense with McCrary is going to go from about here to about here. But it's the way in which they play the game. You want some ball players.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's confusing, Ty Conklin with John Mackey. No one's confusing him with Tony Gonzalez. But he's a guy who understands the game. He's going to understand his role, and he's going to give you depth. What have we talked about with the Lions? And they're losing the players that they've lost. That's what a lot of people have focused on.
Depth.
Oh my gosh, they lost this guy, right? How are you going to regain some of that? Well, they're playing a patient game that has not been easy for us to play at all. But they've got two guys here who've got a lot of games under their belt, a lot of experience under their belt, and in different situations that are going to come in and accept and play certain roles for this team that's going to help them.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, when guys go down, you have guys come off the practice squad or whatever you find the guys from, and this is what we have. Due to the injuries, the Lions have put themselves in a situation where you're talking about the Legion of home. How many times have you looked at the Lions' defensive line over the years and you're like, oh, this guy's down. Who is this guy? Where's this guy from? Where's this DB from? Where's this safety from? These are two moves that I like. When they come into the game, I'm like, okay, that's Roger McCrary. I understand what's going on with him, and that's Tyler Conklin. So I like the moves. I like the price point. But once again, we still have to wait and see. A long time before we get to August.
Yeah, this is a team that we all know that it does have some weaknesses right now. But it's not a complete team either. If you look at some of the things that they've addressed, including the offensive linemen, one is a starter. The other guys I view as depth players. Yeah. You need some depth, right? You're going to have some guys who are going to compete. You don't want necessarily them to play every single game, start every single game. But if Penei Sewell gets hurt or their first round or second round draft pick that's going to be a tackle gets hurt, then you've got to have somebody to fill that void. And people weren't happy with Giovanni Manu. It didn't seem like the Lions were all that happy with Giovanni Manu. So if that's the case, do you expect them to ignore it? They may not have gone out and gotten certain guys, okay, like Rasheed Walker, which I thought would have been a really good pickup, especially with the $10 million. But they have gotten guys who've been there, done that, and have some good numbers behind them.
Yeah, 100%. I got tired of arguing with the Detroit Lions. I got tired of disagreeing with the moves and how they're choosing to go about it. The business that they're choosing to do, they showed you. We're not going to make the big splash. We're making the affordable splash as well as we're building depth. We want to build the rest through the draft. We want to build the rest through the draft, see what happens with other teams, what trades are available after April 23rd, after you're no longer doing after the draft's over. What teams, who are reloading, who's moving around, who's changing up a little bit. So we shall see. I'm not a huge fan of building through the draft, but we'll see what the moves are made. How do we package these deals up? How do you package these picks and maybe move up? What are the moves that you're acquiring? What are the moves that you're locking? It's 9 picks right now, I think. 9 picks right now.
Yes.
Does that 9 turn into a strong 4? And does that 4 turn into 3 starters and a potential? So it's one of those things where, yes, it is very frustrating. Yes, it takes patience. Yes, everyone in this city, for a very, very valid reason, we're tired of hearing the word patience. Mm-hmm. Whether you're talking about either of the 4, you're tired of hearing the word patience. But this is the hand that Brad is dealing. This is the hand that the team is dealing. So we got to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, and if there's a guy out there, if it's Monroe Freeling or if it's Caleb Lomu or if it's Vega Ionye or if it's Caden Proctor or Spencer Fano, who recently said on a podcast, I would love to be compared to Penei Sewell. That's the guy I watch. That's the guy I want to be like. The Polynesian aspect, no doubt, has a major effect. You get guys like that who can come in and start for you right away. Now, Ionye he's a guard. He's not a tackle. But still, you get guys like that can come in and solidify your line. Your line is so much better than it was a year ago. And it's not even close. It's so much better.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest with you.
Definitely excited about it. The line is going to be much improved. They're definitely going to make that move at left tackle. Let me not say definitely, because what do I know? I believe that they're going to make a strong move.
They will.
100%.
I think you're right. I mean, I would be very comfortable making a pretty strong bet on something like that.
I just implore people, though, like a lot of what you hear as it relates to the Lions, for the ones that are still sticking by the Lions side and the ones that are trying to, quiet or chill down, the ones that are, oh, my God, the Lions, the sky is falling. They keep bringing up the schedule. Like, that's something that bothers me. It's the schedule,
Hey,
the
talk
last place schedule. Well, we don't have to worry because the Lions, they have a last place schedule. Not everybody's going to be the New England Patriots from last year. Not everybody's going to be that where that last place schedule takes you to the Super Bowl, if that's what you believe. Also, too, these last place teams that you think you're playing, they're not going to stay the same as they were last year.
Right.
So when you're talking about playing, we got the New York Giants. New York Giants almost beat y'all last year. Oh, wait, don't do it. I'll say that again. The New York Giants almost beat you last year. And if Mike Kafka, who's now the Lions offensive or passing game coordinator, if he would have taken the field goal and the points, the game would have been over. What did the Giants do? They had a Darnell Mooney, Tremont Edmonds, Isaiah Likely, Patrick Ricard, Craig Newsom. These are major moves for what that team is, what that team needs. They're not going to be the same New York Giants when you play them this year. The New York Jets, we laugh about how bad they are. Yeah, they were bad last year. They were horrible. They won't be the same New York Jets. 2 first-round picks. Mika Fitzpatrick. They added Jermaine. They added some moves. Neither will the Titans. They've spent $280 million trying to be this year's version of last year's New England Patriots. Everybody that you're going to play, whether it's the Minnesota Vikings or whether it's teams on this roster, they're going to be better this year.
Yeah, that's the way the NFL is. Like you and I were talking before the show, where perhaps some people need to readjust their mindset a little bit, including yours truly. Instead of playing the long game all the time, and there's nothing wrong with having a good core, right? But instead of playing the long game, how about playing for the immediate game? How about playing for the here and now? That's what a lot of teams are starting to do. And you can see it changing in football. There's a lot of guys who are being signed to 1- and 2-year contracts. Who would have thought Rasheed Walker would have signed a 1-year, $10 million contract with the Carolina Panthers? He was supposed to be the first tackle gobbled up in free agency, and he wasn't. So there's a different mindset that other teams are taking. Doesn't always mean it's the right one. Right. But they sure are getting a little bit more competitive quicker than some people would have expected.
The NFL is built now. You can get good in 2 years. Like how many? You look at the Los Angeles Chargers before last season were 5-12. If Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater don't get hurt, they are in the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was last year. They went from 5-12 to that game. The New England Patriots 4-13. The Chicago Bears 7-10. Like we can go down that list. It goes every season. There's 2 to 3 teams. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they've done it twice in the last 5 years where they won 3 games and then made the playoffs with 12 games. Like they're reloading. They're not getting stuck into longer deals. They're not getting stuck to signing everybody. They're not getting stuck to the free agent signings that they make and then doubling down on those moves. Like you got to strike while the iron's hot. You put yourself in a position over the last 4 years where you have a damn good roster as it relates to some positions. You can take some chances. That's the world we live in today. You can take better chances.
Do you think this is fair? This is NFL free agency by Frank Schwab. Grading the team so far in free agency, he gives the Lions a C+. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. I do too. I think it would be up a little higher if they had signed a defensive end. And when they do sign a defensive end, and I think they will, when they do sign a defensive end, that will be bumped from a C+ to a solid B. And I can live with that.
I gave it a B- for the same reasons. And I admittedly said that's with me believing that you had to have a Cade Mays, and they got Cade Mays. There were years past where maybe they don't go out there and even make that type of a signing. So it sweetened it just a little bit for me. But anybody who said C+, I thought that was pretty fair on where they are right now for exactly the reason why you just said. That defense is it needs a lot of attention.
Yep.
I can't give them anything higher than a C+. Realistically, you really could give them a C or a C-, and I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I mean, be real.
And I'm just saying from this standpoint, look at the team January 3rd, look at the team now. Look at the moves. Is the team better? Offensive line today. Is the offensive line a better version of itself, you think? With Bourne and Cade Mays, is it going to be better than what we had last year, or is it around the same?
Yeah, I can't say that it is, but I can't say it's a lot worse. I don't know who the left guard is. If it's Miles Frazier and Christian Mahogany. A healthy Miles Frazier, I think, is better than a healthy Christian Mahogany. But
so it sounds like the line's the same.
Yeah, so it sounds roughly the same, but they're better at a very important spot that much better at a very important spot than they were a year ago. And I think that's, that's vital.
Tight end position is better. The running backfield, the backfield isn't as good in my opinion, but they didn't use
Wide receivers are the same, quarterbacks the same.
100%.
Okay.
And on the defense, you're looking at the same deficiencies, actually more.
Correct.
So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't give it a B anything.
No, me either.
But,
but I'm saying if they address the defensive end position and they bring in somebody, like I'll just use Cam Jordan as an example, they bring in Cam Jordan, I think you climb from a C+ to at least a B-. That's all. Because it's addressing a need with a player who can still play, put up good numbers a year ago, and brings an awful lot to the locker room. All right, late for a break. When we come back, it's Movie Line Monday. Braylon's got to be on his P's
after
and
the
his
Oscars, man. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
Hey,
Ryan Coogler.
Sure.
Jamie Buckley.
Freddie Coogler.
I picked her.
Yeah. Freddie Coogler. Yeah.
Freddie Coogler.
Yeah. All those guys. Hats off to them. I didn't even know it was on. We'll be back after this from Dr. Pierce.
Well, I did. And I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Just like Dr. Pierce. He's the guy and the guy that we trust. 248-426-9944 or scan the QR code above my head. I talk to you all the time. It's about the right diagnosis, whether it's an elbow, whether it's an ankle, whether it's... Look, man, that golf season is right around the corner, man. And you got nicks and pains, a little lower back situation, or you might have a little inside of your knee. You might have an ankle, little plantar fasciitis, if you will. You don't even know that you have plantar fasciitis. You're trying to diagnose yourself. But you know who does, and that's Doc. Go see Doc and get yourself together. And also check him out on Big D Energy as well as the Braylon Show on Thursdays and Tuesdays, because this is where he goes to tell you when or if we will see certain players back this season.
Want to see a really good-looking picture? There it is, right there. Look at that pizza.
It's also on top.
How good does that look? Seriously.
We don't want it.
Plus those salads and their signature pasta. I mean, it's Buddies. I mean, make it a Detroit-style watch party as you get ready for what? March Madness. Buddies is great in any month, any day, any month, but especially as you're getting ready to settle in and watch your bracket either surprise people or fail. You can save 20% right now on your order. All you got to do is use the promo code Woodward20. Go to buddiespizza.com and get the original, the best in the business, the one that you want catering your events. It's buddiespizza.com.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Looking for dinner plans that sizzle? Look no further. Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on a stone. Today is Monday, but tomorrow will be Tuesday. Tasty Tuesdays, $13.99. You can feast on half a pound of ribs, coconut shrimp, and fries. 2 days after that, it will be Sizzling Thursdays. 6-ounce sirloin shrimp scampi, and your choice of super salad and a side, $19.99. The price points are right, the food is right, but remember, the service is excellent. So come on down to Black Rock, man, where the service is excellent and the experience is the top rock.
You gotta let me know next time you're gonna read that. That way I'll leave for a little bit.
You got excited?
Because it's really sounds
tough.
so delicious. Yeah, it really does. Listen, you want to look good. Easter's right around the corner. There's a lot of different reasons to look good, but you also want to make sure when you go into a place that it's clean. It's been, when you sit down and get your hair cut, you don't want to be sitting in a chair that hasn't been wiped down. These ladies, every time you come into Lady Jane's, I see it. They're wiping down the chairs and the bowls where you're getting your hair cut with, the right stuff to make sure you feel comfortable and you feel clean, just like this beautiful facility is. They're dusting, they're cleaning regularly, making sure you're comfortable in that space. Comfortable. And Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, because it really is wicked awesome with wicked awesome people.
And we back.
All right,
Shout out,
so
chat
you
fam.
had mentioned the Oscars. I almost said the Grammys. The Oscars yesterday that you watched it. Kool-Aid, did you watch any?
I didn't, actually.
Okay. Sweet potato cam?
Hot second. I flipped it back and forth a few times.
Okay. Didn't know it was on personally, but it would have been a good thing to watch just because, you got the Movie Line Monday for Braylon.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's get ready. Braylon's only missed once in 4 weeks. One time he's missed.
That's always the setup.
Yeah. Yep, that's always the setup. It is time for Movie Line Monday. We give Braylon Edwards a movie quote. He has to guess the picture. Now, he doesn't have to guess the year of the picture. He doesn't have to necessarily guess who said it, but he does need to guess the name of the film. Ready?
Of the film.
All right.
All right.
So here's the one for you, and it can't be something from a Charlie Chaplin movie. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
Ooh.
I do wish we could chat longer.
It's Hannibal Lecter.
But I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
That's Hannibal Lecter.
That is Hannibal Lecter.
But it's not Silence of the Lambs. We talked about that one. Oh, that's Silence of the Lambs again?
It is Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
1991.
It's Hannibal. He says that.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah. So just another day.
Just
another day of Movie Line Monday for Braylon. Just an easy thing.
I got a random story.
Okay.
I got a random story. So hear me. I have to take it there, so I apologize, Mom. So when I got a DUI, full disclosure, and I played for the Jets, the whole 9 yards. And part of that was I went to do the rehab process. I did some AA meetings as part of it. That's with the court mandates. I was out in California, and I'm in these meetings, if you will. Go at 7 in the morning is when I would go to this one particular one. First time I go, I walk in. There's a guy over there by the coffee. You go into these meetings, they got coffee, they got apples and things like that. He passing out books, and you go over there. It's a guy setting up. You know me, I know movies, I know behavior. I can just see the whole 9 yards. I'm like, I know damn well that's not Anthony Hopkins. I know damn well that's not Anthony Hopkins. I go over there, sure enough, it was Anthony Hopkins.
Really?
So story gets even better.
Did you go
no,
like that?
No, but something like that happened though, Shep. I can't make this up. So I didn't say anything early on. I didn't hit him with the fava beans. I didn't do him like that. We're sitting down and they go in the circle. You have to read, when it comes up, and you only read as much as you want to. It's not like school where, hey, you read this. Just read what you want to and pass it off to the next person. So get to me. Don't you know that I had a part when I was reading this paragraph, it had to do with somebody eating something?
No.
And I'm just like, Man, this is great. This is great. So I say this.
Did you feel like it was an audition? Hey, man, if you ever want to use me in a movie.
Well, you know the personality. Like I walked over after the show was. After the session was over, I went over there and talked to him, asked him a couple questions. I didn't want to come off too much, but I bent his ear for the next 30 days. It's 7 in the morning.
Did you offer him some free tickets? Hey, you can come watch me play. You know.
By then I was retired. Second, yeah.
Okay. That's a good story. Did he seem like a good enough guy?
He was cool. He was Sir Anthony Hopkins. You know, I made sure I said Sir Anthony Hopkins. He was cool.
Oh, that's
cool
awesome.
dude. At that time, I think he had been 29 years sober.
Good for him.
But he was still going for the routine, still going to inspire other individuals, things like that. So shout out to Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Living that healthy lifestyle now. That's good for him, man.
Ringo used to be there too, but that's neither here nor there.
Was he really?
Swear to God. Sorry.
Did you start just doing this?
Nah. I ain't no fanboy.
All right, Kool-Aid. Let's deliver a movie line Monday to Braylon. It's a good story. Two good stories right there. Ringo was there.
He was. I promise you.
I hope we pass the audition. Go ahead.
Oh man, look, this is probably one of my favorite.
There's always
favorite
the
Will Smith movies. I will.
Why do you always do that? Why do you always? Kool-Aid's the guy who you're playing a certain game in front of your family, right? And before he even starts drawing on the easel, he starts saying what it is. Go ahead.
Hey, look. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you can't do it. If you want something, go get it.
That is a great movie.
There you go. Period.
Pursuit of Happiness. Like very, very unpopular opinion. Like I'm not the biggest Will Smith fan. Like I think he's overrated as an actor. Okay. There are some moments where I believe he's stepped out and shown us something, like King Richard, which unfortunately he won the Oscar, but we also know what happened that night. But he's like, he bothers me.
He's good in that movie.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's great.
Pursuit of
Pursuit of that was the unpopular opinion. I think Jaden actually acted better than him in that movie.
Okay.
Like when Jaden breaks down. When Will is going, this is early on.
In case you didn't see it, it's his son. It's the little boy in the movie.
When they're doing the motel at first, before they have to go to the YMCA and things get progressively worse.
They're in the bus terminal or train terminal.
When they leave the hotel the second time, he breaks down. He said, "I don't want to leave. Why do?" And he goes through his little deal. I was like, "Oh yeah, you are the son of actors."
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, but I thought Will Smith was excellent in that movie. I mean, that to me was a very emotional movie, and based on a true story. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic story in real life, and the guy who it really happened to is in that movie. Just makes a cameo. Good one. Way to give it away first, though. All right, Sweet Potato Cam. Without mentioning the movie or somebody in it, can you deliver the movie line on Monday for us?
Sure can. I got you, Shep. Ready, Bray?
As I'm gonna be.
Austria. Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Okay, so is this Paul Hogan?
Austria. Well then, good day, mate.
Is it?
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Is that Crocodile Dundee?
Close.
That's why I said Paul Hogan.
Uh-oh, what is it?
Close.
Hold on, let me see. Put another shrimp.
Crocodile Dundee 2.
No.
5 seconds.
What era?
You're in the arena.
Oh, so
90s, late 90s.
Okay.
Austria. Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Austin Powers?
No.
Wow, just the second miss ever. What is it?
Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey.
It's always freaking Dumb and Dumber that get me. The other miss was Dumb and Dumber.
It was. You're right. That's two Dumb and Dumbers that you've missed.
Hey, stop asking me dumb.
Stop asking me dumb questions.
If you're not talking about my king, I'm just.
All right, good one. So, Sweet Potato Cam got him. All right, second time that he's ever missed it. All right, bottom of the hour. Let's dive into the NBA expansion. They're talking about 2 new teams. Okay. I did talk to somebody at the gym earlier today. He's a father of 2. His kids love basketball. They play basketball. They watch primarily college basketball.
Okay.
And he said to me, I said, why don't you watch the NBA? And he said, it's really hard for me. I said, what is it that's difficult? He said, the constant flagrant violations that don't get called. The traveling, we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and Victor Wembanyama, both players I really like, and both are great at what 6-7 steps and not called. He said the flopping has gotten out of control. And I don't disagree with him, but I did say, did you watch Michigan and Purdue yesterday? And he said, yeah. I said, did you notice the 7 steps that were taken by one Purdue big man? He's like, actually, we did. We did notice that. I don't think that has anything to do with the expansion, the fact that they're going to have 2 expansion teams. But I am wondering, the overall feel of people from what the Olympics gave us and now the WBC, and how basketball can capture something very similar to that emotion that people are feeling toward their league and or country. What would that be?
Basketball, how to captivate?
Yeah, how to captivate. They've got an opportunity here with, a fresh face in the Pistons. Boston's kind of a stalwart. I get it. OKC's the defending champion, as we all know. San Antonio's an up-and-coming team. How does the NBA captivate people more compared to what hockey was able to do with the gold medal? I don't know if they've necessarily kept the momentum, and what baseball is currently doing in the WBC. Is there anything that can be done prior to the NBA Finals? Because let's face it, the NBA Cup hasn't worked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There was what about the All-Star game for a second? I mean, you talked about that. There was draw there. There was some energy, if you will. It was USA versus the world. USA had 2 teams. The world had 1.
Yep.
There was some intrigue
I
there.
agree with that. That had momentum.
Yeah. Maybe just see how that goes. I don't think you can do anything from then till now to have the same effect that the WBC or that USA in the gold game did, in the Winter Olympics.
I do think it meant more to fans, so I agree with that.
Well, you know what? If we're going to play that game, then this already happened for the NBA. And what it was it was 24. It was 24 when you have USA versus Paris. So, excuse me, USA versus France, and then you have a game that comes down to the wire, and you have one of the greatest performances of all time, and Steph Curry kind of reigniting that, is the world here yet? Has the world arrived? And I feel like we've been riding that momentum from 24 till now, but once again, it goes back to what your friend said, the lacklusterness. When I go to an NBA game, is this guy going to play? I went to the Memphis Grizzlies game this past Friday. I was going to see maybe if Ja Morant was going to play. Never seen him in person. I got to see a bunch of guys I didn't necessarily know or didn't necessarily care about. And I think you run the risk of that. You run the risk of when guys are playing. They don't necessarily care in certain games. I remember going to see the Golden State Warriors 3 years ago before the Pistons got good. Draymond got himself ejected on purpose. And the NBA is cool with that, letting that happen. Nikola Jokic, that same season, when I went down to see the Pistons play, he did the same thing. Got himself ejected because he did not want to play against the Pistons.
Early in the game.
You remember that? It was it was 2 minutes left. Yeah. Oh, we were there together. So I think when you have things like that, when you have tanking, that is a real deal. Whether they talk about they're going to fix it. At this current state, you have a tanking situation that's just out of pocket. It's just so disrespectful for what this game used to be.
I agree, and I wonder how you nip that in the bud, right? Let's face it, we think a lot of other leagues do it. Yeah. They're just not as blatantly open about it. They don't talk about it. And it seems like players, current and past, front office members, current and past, do talk about it in the NBA. And it's kind of an odd thing. What are your thoughts on expanding? I think there are too many teams in all leagues, quite honestly. But what do you guys, and I don't want to see expansion just for the sake of expansion. But as you can see here, ESPN reporting the NBA is going to hold a vote at the Board of Governors meeting in next week to explore adding expansion teams Seattle and Las Vegas. Now, I like that Seattle's going to be there because I felt like they should have stayed there.
Yeah.
But there is momentum. Okay. Yeah, and there's going to be bids $7 to $10 billion range for each team. Think about that, $7 to $10 billion for each team.
What does that mean for an expansion draft on the rest of the other teams? Because before you're saying you protect 8 players for one team, you're bringing 2 teams at the same time. I told Bray this earlier. It's going to be like what? Cade and Durant are realistically the only Pistons you can say for a fact they're going to be here in 3 years from now? Expansion drafts, contracts. you would like to see
because of
maybe
the
a star,
contract.
but
You're
think
taking
about
the
it,
contract.
between the contracts,
Yeah.
the free agents,
Yeah.
and these expansion drafts. Things could get weird over here in the next 3 years for this team.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It's one of those things where, man, like, I think they obviously got the cities right. Seattle's already showing you, and like Seattle does everything pretty good, man. And they already had the Supersonics who already won a championship there back in the day with Lenny Wilkins. They deserve one. You know, they haven't
Shouldn't
had
have lost their team, really.
Not at all. Yeah. They're the last team. I think I want to say Russell Westbrook was the last pick they drafted before
I couldn't imagine if that
they moved
happened
down to OKC. And then Vegas. Vegas is showing you that it works. You see the Las Vegas Knights. You see the Vegas Aces. Blah blah blah. The Raiders will work this year. You see Tom
They're
Brady.
getting the A's.
So
in baseball,
it's gonna work. It's gonna be good. But once again, you're giving me another 2 franchises to which I gotta go see if their star player is gonna be there that night.
If they're gonna have a star player.
Oh, you think it might be watering down the league a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest here. Do you think the league is watered down?
Yeah, because I don't watch it. Outside.
And you're a basketball fan.
Outside of watching the Detroit Pistons, so that I can come in here and talk the best that I can about the Detroit Pistons, the teams they're playing, what they're doing. Outside of the Pistons, outside of Boston, when they're completely at their strength, and OKC when they're completely at their strength, and Giannis, not Giannis, excuse me, Jokic. Outside of those 5 situations, it's not like it once was 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, where it's exciting, to where it's intriguing, to where it's engaging, to where I can spend the time and watch 3 or 4 games every night. They're doing basketball season, because it is that good, because it is that engaging. Like when you watch basketball games now, it is a complete lapse of the rules. It's a complete new NBA. They talk about this is the most skilled NBA that we've ever seen. No, it's not. What it is the biggest manipulation of the rules.
Yeah.
Like the individuals you allow just to manipulate the rules and do. Like I saw a play where it was and this was Caitlin Clark. This was in their USA thing that they were doing. She took 5 slashes to the left.
Yeah.
And was still allowed to shoot the shot and win, of course. But certain rules have been changed for certain individuals, and once you start changing rules, you don't ever put the genie back in the bottle. When you start with the crab dribble, you start with the crab.
LeBron against Washington Wizards.
When you start with the crab dribble, you don't say, "All right, that's now illegal."
Oh, that was
now you just add a little bit more. Now you let James Harden step to the left, step to the left, step to the left.
Yeah.
Now it's just become a. Don't get me wrong; these kids can play.
Oh, man. They're so talented.
There's the athleticism on a whole, yes, all that is cool, but the manipulations of the rule is why it's tough to watch.
For sure. This is an unfair example, all right? But Killian Hayes just signed with Sacramento.
2 years. Goodness.
So I mean, but that's the league we're talking about. Certain players don't belong in the NBA. Yeah. And now you're going to go from 30 to 32. I get why you're putting 2 in. All right, if you're gonna you can't put 1 in because suddenly you got an odd number, right? So you're gonna have 30,
another
32.
team that's got 32 teams. They're trying to keep up.
Yeah. So you got 32 there. I get it, but now you're gonna have to, as Kool-Aid said, you're gonna have to take a certain number of players. I don't know how many that is. Players that can be protected, and others who are going to be exposed. And are those teams, Seattle and Vegas, really going to look at Sacramento's roster right now and say, "I can't wait to sign Devin Carter"?
And Killian Hayes.
No, seriously. Because those are the guys, those are the types of players that will be exposed, and rightfully so, correct?
Unless there's some new stuff that we don't know is coming down that pipeline to help them get a little bit good faster.
Maybe. I don't know.
How did the Las Vegas Knights get so good so fast? That's a question.
Well, yeah, they made a big trade for Jack Eichel. That helped them an awful lot. But they caught that proverbial, genie in a bottle, and
year 2,
magic in a bottle in year 2 with a bunch of guys that other teams didn't find as valuable, but when they came together collectively, they were fantastic.
Kurt Signetti.
Yeah, similar to that, perhaps. Anyway, I just think it's a little. I would prefer. You're never going to get scaled back. I get that. All right, you're never going to go from 30 to 28 teams. Or even to 26. I think there are too many teams. I don't think there's enough talent. And I know they've opened it up to the world, but I just use Killian Hayes as an example. They've opened it up. I don't think there's enough good players to make up 32 quality teams, just like I don't think there's enough quarterbacks to make up 32 quality teams. And I think these leagues are looking at this last line, $7 to $10 billion, and not caring about anything other than that financial aspect of it.
Yeah.
They said, what watered down NBA? They don't even see it. You got 7 to 10 billion?
And by the way, it's not just the NBA. Yeah. We're talking about sports in general.
Yeah.
All right? You're seeing what's the biggest discrepancy? Pick the best team in the league, all right, and then pick the worst team in the league, and then pick the team in the middle. How close are those teams? It seems like it's night and day to me for a lot of teams. Now, like you just said regarding the NFL, there are ways to turn things around within a couple years span, and the Pistons turned it around in a couple of years with the right coach and the right superstar. But it seems like some of these teams are almost going to be punished for finally getting it right, and now parts of their team will be gutted for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talking about the NFL, I would say Rams, Lions, Raiders.
Yeah. But you just mentioned the Raiders being one of those teams.
And they're about
that they're going to flip the script.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it in a couple of years. Now, some teams, if they're not managed well, we know this, it's not going to turn around. The Pistons turned it around because they finally got managed properly. They brought in the right guy in Trajan Langdon. They brought in the right coach, and they've got the superstar. That trifecta right there is a big plus. Not every team's going to be able to do that, obviously.
Isn't it crazy how when you get a coach that seems like he understands what the – when you get a coach that knows what the hell he's doing, has winning pedigree like the Giants did with John Harbaugh. Yeah. Now, I know I said it wasn't going to be the best move, and you know what? I'll still stand by that. But you look at the moves they're making. Isn't it crazy how 2 years ago we were talking about how bad Joe Shane was?
Yes.
3 years ago how bad Joe Shane was?
Yeah.
Half a year ago how bad Joe Shane was? Now when you look at the moves, now when you see how it's coming down as it relates to what they already have, it's like, oh, you weren't stupid. You just didn't have the guy in there to help you.
Oh, maybe you do know a little bit about what you're doing. And so people know Patrick Ricard, Calvin Austin, Isaiah Hodgkins, Darnell Mooney, Isaiah Likely, Evan Neal. They bring in Tremaine Edmonds, who I liked a lot. I wish he would have been a Lion. Micah McFadden. There's a lot of guys that they've brought in. Greg Newsome.
Good price points, too.
And good price
they
points.
Didn't go crazy.
Right. So they're not going crazy, and they're not looking at it like I'm just going to buy all my problems. My problems that I have to fill with needs. What do? Let's just buy them all. That's not necessarily the case with the Giants.
Just look at the defense in a snapshot from what we said from what they already had. We already know we already know their defense lines is one of the better lines in the league. You got a big fella up front, Sexy Dexy, if you will, the big sack dance. You know you have a young talent we hope will do something out of Penn State. Last year, a lot of jokes for him missing meetings. And then you still have Kayvon Thibodeau as well as Brian Burns. That's on there. Now you give yourself a DB in Newsome. Now you give yourself a linebacker in Edmonds. All of a sudden, that defense is a lot better. With just two players, it got that much better. And then on the offensive side of the ball, you got a young quarterback. You got a running game you want to establish. Ricard, making him a fullback. Not ISO, but a lot of I-formation stuff. That helps them out. Now you have Hodges as well as Likely. And Darnell Mooney, who can stretch the field. So it looks that much different that fast.
Speaking of the other New York team, they traded Justin Fields to Kansas City. Thumbs up or thumbs down on that move?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I mean, I'm not saying
it's a good move by Kansas City.
100%. Justin Fields is not going out there to win anybody's Super Bowl, but that's not what he's asking to do. They're asking him to be a stopgap guy who they've seen before. Remember, before Russell Wilson took over for the Steelers, Justin Fields was 4-2. Like if it was 6 games, it was all that was necessary for Justin Fields before Patrick came back. Shoot, they'd be happy with that. 4-2.
I would like to see him. I'm intrigued by Justin Fields. I don't think he's a future Hall of Fame quarterback, but I'm intrigued by him. I would like to see him with a stable core of players and a stable coaching staff. And in Kansas City, again, no one's going to forget Patrick Mahomes because Justin Fields starts out 4-0 or whatever it may be. But I do think it's a good move on the Chiefs because he's accepting a role that he knows is going to get in there. He's going to be an athletic quarterback. And if he was my backup, I'd feel a hell of a lot better than Teddy Bridgewater.
Also true, this is Eric Bieniemy back with Andy Reid. You've seen what they've done before. Hell, Chad Henne looked like an all-pro quarterback for a couple of plays or a couple of games in there, if you will, helping those teams when Patrick Mahomes wasn't in there. So you add Justin Fields. He doesn't necessarily turn the ball over. That's a good thing. He uses his legs, and they can beat something with K9 now in that backfield. So it's a good move.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's really smart on the part of Kansas City. All right, we got to get to some super chats, get to some other mentions in the chat for sure after a quick timeout from Massage Chair and Supreme Lending as well.
Hey, look, if you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, which I know you are, go ahead and scan that QR code right above my head. Visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. They feature top tier brands like Infinity and Osaki. That black one in the picture there, that is the Osaki. We do got that right here in the office, and I'm telling you, that's next level relaxation, man. You can experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. So book your visit today at themassagechairhouse.com or simply scan that QR code above my head. Or, hey, Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And buying a home or refinancing is a big decision. And just like in sports, you need the right team behind you. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to the Woodward Sports family. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close-on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. But here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you will receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score this deal, call the numbers on your screen. Talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
This now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
And we back.
Okay, 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Don't forget the heavyweights at 5 o'clock here. Before we dive into some super chats and one recognition of one of Braylon's favorite wrestlers. Guys, there are 6 teams in college athletics, 6, that did not make a bowl game, did not get a bid for the men's field of 68, and did not get a bid for the women's NCAA field. Give me one of the 6.
Rutgers.
Rutgers is correct, sir.
Oh, I told you.
Okay, Rutgers is correct. That's off the board.
Yeah, they're bums.
Kool-Aid.
Could they be my bums for today now?
They sure can.
Switch my bums to Rutgers University.
I'll give you a clue. 2 are in the SEC.
I know what it is, but
2 in the SEC, 2 in the ACC, and 1 is out west.
You know what's funny? One of them actually.
Go ahead, give me another one.
One of them actually beat Michigan last year.
Go ahead.
Auburn.
You're right.
Yeah.
Rutgers, Auburn. That's one of the SEC. Mississippi State.
Oh yeah, Starksville.
Boston College.
Oh, BC. That makes sense.
Florida State. And think former Colts quarterback.
Tennessee? No, Tennessee. Stanford.
Correct.
Andrew Luck.
Wow.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Wow,
Those are the
those
60
are some programs
those
that
are
not
the
have
60.
anything.
Those are the 6 right there. All right, big day for you, right? Stone Cold Austin.
Not necessarily big day, but let's 316 National Stone Cold Day. You know, he was known for raising hell and opening cans of whoop ass if you wanted to. So I just wanted to know, when's the time you ever have to open up a can on somebody if you wanted to share? If not, you know me, I'm always ready to share.
Yeah, so mine was a long time ago. We used to go to Canada.
Oh yeah,
and
19.
And a bunch of us went to Canada one time. We were at a bar, and a buddy of mine had been slightly overserved.
Got you.
And
Chef roughed up the Mounties?
No, he just got a little handsy. He got a little handsy with somebody, and that person didn't take too kindly to it, and I don't blame him. And their support group, the guys she was with, wanted to take it outside. So we all went outside, and we got matched up, and we duked it out a little bit. And I looked over, and I saw my buddy, his nickname then became Punchy, was getting the living crap kicked out of him. He was wearing a white shirt, and there was blood all over his shirt. And I had to grab the guy and help my friend out to a certain extent. And ever since then, he's like, Shep, I love you, man. Thank you so much. That was a long time ago, but
Punchy.
it was one of those. Yeah,
Okay.
Punchy needs to
punch.
scale it back a little bit. Yeah,
Fair. Sweet potato Cam, you on the clock, man. Name a time you had to open up a can in honor of your boy Stone Cold.
90s, playing soccer on the pitch. We go down south to Dundee.
Okay.
They didn't like some certain players on our team, calling them not nice words.
Fair.
So we had to step up and regulate, you know?
and you got it done.
On the field.
On the pitch.
On the pitch. Suspensions were served. Had to sit out a number of games, but
it was worth
you don't talk to my teammees like that.
Amen to that.
Shout out to Cam, man. You know, that's how you step up.
That's not surprising.
Hey, Red Wings, you hear that? That's how you defend your teammates.
Amen to that. Well said.
Shout out. What's
well
going
said.
on? Kool-Aid, I know you're a man of God, much like we all, but I know you're a man of God. I know, you know.
Hey, we are our brother's keeper.
Never talk about it then, Kool-Aid.
But first, he popped in 53.
Hey, you know what? It was at that school, actually.
And then went to church.
And I brought him with me.
And prayed for the poor soul whose ass he just kicked.
Father, I am going to rain down.
I would. I'm getting
Okay.
invite. Bro,
That's great.
Listen, every week you come over me. But no, I had a friend who actually got hurt. And RIP is not with us anymore. But he actually got hurt in a basketball game. Was in a wheelchair and for a little bit. And there were some people who continued to try and mess with him. And I wound up calling my peoples. You know, like my pops and mom worked a lot, so they sent us to Inkster. So I called my friends that I knew, and we all rolled up to Romulus and made sure that those people didn't mess with him anymore. We'll just say it like that. There was another time, though, that I thought I was going to have to handle something.
Oh, he's got two.
And it was with my little brother, actually.
Shep.
And this is when I saw him.
Okay.
Like, when I was like, you know what? Little bro is not little bro. That's just bro now. And we were coming home from Summit. My grandma stayed right by Inkster High. And one of the guys that used to try and pick on him all the time, he wouldn't mess with him when I was there. But when we got to the thing, I got out the car, he said something to my brother. My brother was like, get out here now. Get out here right now. He was smaller then. I'm sitting there like, bro, this dude playing on the football team. Like, what's going to happen? And my grandma came out and stood at the gate and just sat there and looked.
Shout out to
and
grandma.
when I was stand back, I was like, I got to stand back too. I saw my brother flex, old boy, handle business. And my grandma was like, Brandon, get your brother off of him. And that was my involvement in that one. So I was like, you know what? Let me get my brother a story as well when he had to handle some business. He was a freshman. That dude was a junior. He handled his business, man. Shout out.
Love that. Shout out to Big Bro putting it in. Putting work, that is. I got a couple, man. I thought maybe too much, but one is one that stands out is this was my sophomore year at Michigan. We were at a party on North Campus. One of my teammates had a broken wrist, and you know when you're in Michigan, there's another school that's not too far. There's always a little beef between that school. You know what that school is. If you know, they're green and white. It ain't Michigan State. So legitimately, we're at a party, and my teammate, they get into a little altercation. It's me, him, two other guys. The other two guys were outside talking to girls. You know how that goes. So me and Marlon, there's a little exchange going back and forth. I'm like, what's going on? What's good? What's the word? He throws a punch and forgot that his wrist was broken.
Oh, man.
So he throws the punch. The punch really didn't do any damage, Shep. Like, it was more like it's like, oh, man. So then, the boy got him. I'm just watching to see how he's going to handle his business. They try to jump him. I jump in, pick my dude up, slammed him on his back, then got the other dude, gave him a couple 1-2s, grabbed me a Steve Weiser, and kept the party going. But I will say this, though. Jumping into teammate stuff, man, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like having those fights with teammates, man. So, 2-on-1 was always my go-to.
Everybody's got their buddy's back. I'm with you on that.
2-on-1. You never remember getting hit, but you go home later like, what the frick happened to me later? But at least we won.
It's called adrenaline.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do, put yourself in the corner and get to work.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. That's a movie line for a different day. All right, go with let's super chats. Go fire away.
Hey, yeah, definitely. We got a couple super chats here. Now, I want to say thank you to the people as well. They've been smashing that like button. Our normal like goal, they cleared that already, and now we're on the way to another one. So if you didn't get the opportunity to, go ahead and smash the like button. But Michael Wary with the $5 super chat, he says, Bray, you might have called this one. Report Taylor Decker headed back to Lions as negotiations reopen per sources. So I definitely.
How would you feel about that?
Good, personally.
Is there any concern that he might be a little sour?
Yeah. I mean, because you looked at the Anzalone stuff last year.
But it stabilizes things. You got your left tackle, you got your right tackle, you got your right guard, you got your center. You only have one position to think about. Then you can go get the guy I want at Penn State. But if you don't want to, Miles Frazier, Christian Mahogany, suddenly that one bring back stabilizes a lot for you, and you feel really good. And then suddenly your draft, you're like, I can get the tackle a little bit later. I can get the impact edge rusher. There's a lot of different ways you can go if that does happen and he comes back. That'd be really interesting. Thanks for that.
If he comes back, you definitely can make him a power move on that edge rusher in the first round.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
I'm talking about moving up. So, but yeah, it makes sense.
All right, George Jefferson, moving on up.
Hey, to the east side.
Next.
Yes, sir. And Randall Small sends in our last super chat of the day, $2. He says, greetings from Bradenton, Florida, 85 and sunny, as I'm kind of looking just behind Shep at the gray skies in Michigan.
Man, shout out to you, man. Enjoy that good weather. You know what I'm saying? Good old Michigan, man. It's even though you know it, even though we live here, even though we understand what it can do and what the weather is and how it changes from hour to hour, minute to minute. This past weekend, I legitimately, in the course of Friday to the end of last night, I shoveled snow. I raked leaves. I was outside. I actually went to the grocery store yesterday just like this. And ladies and gentlemen, and it was perfectly okay because it was 71 degrees with that hot air.
Talk about it.
There was, I slept at some points of the night this weekend. I was freezing cold. At some points of the night, I woke up and had to turn the fan on and do all the things. I'm sweating. I had to drop layers. It was just been so confusing. And oh, by the way, the MPHs.
Yeah.
The MPH is on the win this week. Sheesh.
Yeah.
It was like Ferrari win out there.
everywhere.
Yeah, so it was the wave of, it wasn't even a winter vortex, but it was I don't know.
Dude, I got to tell you, you're right. I should have sent this video to Cam. I've got my neighbor down the street, tree literally uprooted, fell onto somebody else's house. So he was up north, so a buddy of mine and I went over there and we chopped down the tree. We chopped down a bunch of.
You guys are good neighbors.
Thank
like a good neighbor.
That's why we're there.
Man, that happened to my neighbor's house when we were younger.
I stood in the hole where the tree was, and it was basically up to my head. I got the whole video. Maybe I'll share it with you tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that
Sounds
tomorrow.
like a plan to me.
Now, I was gonna say that type of stuff is crazy, man. I remember when I was younger, our friends, we went away on a trip. They went away on a trip as well. A tree fell on their house, wrecked everything, like their deck, it wrecked half their house. But they were gone. They had little kids. We were friends with their kids. And our house, it rained so much, and I guess there was a leak somewhere. And we had also left I guess a bathtub on. It leaked into.
That'll do it, Kool-Aid.
It leaked into. Just a drip.
That was it.
It was just a drip when we got home.
That's how it starts.
All of that leaked into, like this big pan light thing, and it dropped on where my sister's bike was.
Oh my goodness!
Like we got home and it was just mess, like water all in our house, and our neighbors, they were trying to figure out what house they had left. So. That type of stuff is crazy. The elements are wild.
That's the worst feeling.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a noise?
It does, for sure. Want to make some noise? Hey, Red Wings, why don't you check out Michigan forward TJ Hughes? He's got 50 points in 36 games. He's a free agent. Do something about it, perhaps. We're back with you tomorrow at 2 o'clock here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for giving us some of your time on this Monday.
Let's see.
Let's go.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.